Good morning, friends. Happy Sunday. I am so excited to be here with you today. Today, we are going through week 2 of our series on focus. And I am so excited to do some worship with you and to watch the So-and-So Show. But before we get into that, I have a big announcement for you. In July, we are going to have a live digital experience for kids who are in the 1st through 5th grade. That means you! It's going to be so much fun. We're going to watch some main sessions on a screen. We're going to do some breakout sessions like Ninja Boot Camp and cooking. And then we're going to play lots of games together and even eat dinner together each night. So we are so excited for that event. Talk to Mom and Dad if you want to be part of that experience. It's going to be July 16th through the 18th, but we do need all kids to register by the end of this week. I hope that you can be there for that fun event. All right. Now that I've told you that, I also have something that I want to tell you about something that I love. I love that almost every day of the year has been designated as some kind of national holiday. So, for instance, today, June 14th, it is, drumroll please, National Flag Day! Exciting, right? You might be asking yourself, what is Flag Day? Well, I'm glad that you asked. Flag Day is a celebration of the American flag and the fact that it looked different than the British flag when we became an independent nation. So, how can you celebrate Flag Day? Well, maybe you can wave an American flag around. Maybe you can put on your t-shirt that has an American flag on it. I don't know. Those are just some ideas to make this normal Sunday something extraordinary and to celebrate National Flag Day. But do you guys know what next Sunday is? June 21st? If you said Father's Day, you are right. So next Sunday is Father's Day. Let's think of different ways that you can show your dad how much you love and support him. Maybe you could color him a card. Or maybe you could wake up early and make him pancakes. I bet he would love that. It would be just a great way to say thank you for everything that he has done for you as your dad. Well, that's next week. This week, we are getting into our series on focus. And focus is all about taking a closer look. You know, when it comes to our relationship with Jesus, there are things that we have to believe in, even when we can't see them. And that's what faith is all about. It's believing and trusting in things you can't see, like Jesus and God, because of what you can see. So maybe you go outside and you look around at all of the trees and all of the butterflies and birds and you think, wow, somebody had to make this. That's something you can see. And because you can see that, you trust and believe that there is a God who created all of that, even though you can't actually see God. And we talked about that last week, that we can trust and believe in Jesus even though we've never actually seen him. Like, yeah, we've seen pictures of him, but we've never actually been able to physically hug him or shake his hand, right? And this definition of faith is actually right out of the Bible. It's our memory verse this week, Hebrews 11:1. So make sure you guys open up your Bible and look at that memory verse and try to memorize it so that you guys can earn some Bible bucks. Well, I'm really excited for our worship set this morning. I love the new song this week, but it's got a lot of tricky movements, right? We do like a lot of like lifting our hands, we do a little bit of this, and my favorite move, it feels like something out of a workout video, is when we stand up and we go like this, right? So do that with me so that you guys can exercise and get ready for worship. So do those movements. Yeah, do them now. Yeah, get up out of your seat and do them with me. All right, there we go. Yep, looking good. Okay, whew. We are ready for some worship. So I am so excited. I'll see you guys back here after worship and the So-and-So Show.
This is my faith, this is my focus, all of my days. I know where my hope is, I'll live it loud, I'll shout the chorus, because I know, oh, you're always for us. And even when it's hard for me to see, I will trust in you, I will believe. And even when it's hard for me to see, I will trust keep on looking, looking, looking to you for where I'm going, knowing you go there too. I'll keep on looking, looking, looking to you. I fix my eyes on you. You are my only focus. You are my only focus. You are my only focus. I fix my eyes on you, on you, on you. This is my faith, this is my focus. All of my days, I know where my hope is. I'll live it loud, I'll shout the chorus, because I know, oh, you're always for us. And even when it's hard for me to see, I will trust in you, I will believe. And even when it's hard for me to see, I will trust in you, I will believe. And keep on looking, looking, looking to you for where I'm going, knowing you go there too. I'll keep on looking, looking, looking to you. I'll fix my eyes on you. You are my only focus. You are my only focus. You are my only focus. I fix my eyes on you, oh yeah, oh yeah. Woo! You ready? Come on, let's go. Hands in the air, hands in the air. I know you're there, I know you're there. Anywhere, oh. Anywhere. I fix my eyes on you, on you. Hands in the air, hands in the air. I know you're there, I know you're there. Anywhere, I fix my eyes on you, on you. And keep on looking, looking, looking to you for where I'm going, knowing you go there too. I'll keep on looking, looking, looking to you. I'll fix my eyes on you. You are my only, you are my only focus. You are my focus. I fix my eyes on you, on you, on you.
All right. Scalpel.
Scalpel.
Can you prep the top for me, please?
Prepping the top. Top is prepped.
Prep the base.
Prepping the base. Base is prepped.
Tweezers.
Tweezers.
Here's where it gets really delicate. Wipe.
Whoa. Wiping. Wiped.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, close it up.
Closing it up. You did it.
Nah, we did it. Feed me.
Feeding you. It's good.
Hello everyone, my name is Brandon.
And I am John.
This is the So-and-So Show. Buddy, you okay?
Oh, I'm fine, Brandon. I'm focused and no one's gonna catch me not focusing. Oh, what was that?
Did you lose your focus?
Man! Okay, I'm gonna do better this time.
Why, John?
Brandon, I have struggled with being able to focus my whole life. Are always things competing for my attention.
Yeah, like having guests on the show.
Yes, exactly, like having a guest on the show. It totally breaks my concentration.
It's time for someone who knows stuff. Seat. Yep, right there. Okay.
One moment, please.
Alrighty. What are you?
Hello. Guten Tag. How are you both?
We're focused.
We're good, Hans. Thank you so much. Can you tell everyone who you are and what you know?
Hello, my name is Hans Decibel. I am an audio engineer with a recent interest in Foley artistry.
And what is that exactly?
I am so glad you asked this question to me.
Thank you.
Many of the sounds we hear in film and in television are not recorded live, but are inserted after the fact by a Foley artist.
Oh, that's very interesting. So
Yeah.
if I'm watching a movie and I see someone walking up some creaky stairs,
Yeah.
the stairs don't actually have to be creaky. They can be added later by a Foley artist. The creaky
This
sounds. Yeah.
is correct.
Wow, that's cool.
What's in the suitcase?
I have brought with me here today a selection of audio properties that I use in the creation of my sound effects. I will now make the sound, and you will guess what is the sound.
Oh, so it's like a game.
Yeah. I have brought blindfolds.
Oh, man. Okay.
All right.
Here, put it in my hand. I'm not going to look at them. Okay.
Okay, I guess it
right,
goes like that. Okay.
Oh, this makes it really hard to focus.
Okay, John, you can focus with your ears too, you know.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Just listen.
That's right.
All right.
All right, right. Okay, ready.
Very good.
That's the sound of a suitcase opening.
This is correct.
He hasn't started yet, John.
Whatever, I am focused.
Okay. Sound number 1.
That sounds like my dog, Brutus, running down the hallway to greet me when I get home from work. Is that you, Brutus? Come here, Brutus. Come here.
Aha! I have fooled you. This was not Brutus, but the sound of paper clips on a cutting board, making the tippy-tappy sound of canine claws on laminate flooring. Sound number 2.
Oh, that's a horse.
This is correct. Number 3.
Oh, I know. Oh man, that sounds just like a bird flapping its wings.
Whoa, where is it?
Sound number 4. Oh, it's so cold in here. Is this snow on the ground? No, it is just a bag of cornstarch. Oh, I'm slipping. I hope I don't fall and break a bone. Ouch! It's the pain. Ouch!
Are
It
you
hurts.
all right? Do we need to call an ambulance?
Ha!
What?
I have fooled you again. This was only the sound of celery ribs.
Oh. Wow, that was incredible.
Yeah, I'll never look at celery the same way again. And
Yeah.
cornstarch, that's amazing.
This is correct. Ordinary things become extraordinary when you open your eyes and ears to the possibilities.
Oh, that's a really cool way to put
I will now explore the space to find ordinary things to make extraordinary.
Okay.
Think this is a good idea?
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Oh, what in the world?
Ha! Ha! I have fooled you for a third time. By dropping this box of knives and forks on the ground, I made you believe I was destroying your room. It is a good joke.
Yes, that's very funny. You know what? I think that's all the time we have.
Ha! Ha!
Okay, my focus is completely gone now.
And let's get back on track. It's Bible story time with Kellen.
Hey, Kellen.
Kellen.
Kellen!
Ben!
Oh! Hey guys, sorry about that.
What you listening to?
I was listening to an old-time radio show. That's what people did for home entertainment before television. I used to listen to them as a kid.
How old are you, Kellen?
Actually, I think it would be really cool if we could tell today's story like an old radio show with sound effects and everything. Is Hans still there?
Yeah.
How did you...
Take it away, Kellen.
Okay, I now present Saul on the Road to Damascus, radio style. Jesus had been killed, and the people who didn't like what Jesus stood for thought they heard the last of him. But then a rumor started going around that Jesus came back from the dead, and more people were becoming followers of a new Jesus movement called the Way. They had to be stopped, and one of the people in charge of stopping them was Saul of Tarsus.
I am Saul of Tarsus, and I shall do everything I can to oppose Jesus Christ of Nazareth. You there?
Who? Me?
Yes, you. Are you a follower of the Way?
I am.
Seize him!
Saul went from place to place to find Jesus followers and have them put into jail. And even put to death. Saul asked permission from the high priest to travel to other cities so he could arrest even more followers of the Way. And that's why Saul was traveling on the road to Damascus. Saul and the men he was traveling with had letters that gave Saul permission to arrest any Jesus follower he wanted. He was determined to complete his mission. He was focused. But then an incredible thing happened. A light from heaven flashed all around Saul and his companions. Saul fell to the ground, and he heard a voice.
Saul, Saul, why are you opposing me?
Who are you, Lord?
I am Jesus. I am the one you are opposing. Now get up and go into the city. There you will be told what you must do.
The men with Saul heard a sound, but they were unable to speak. The men helped Saul to his feet, but when Saul opened his eyes, he couldn't see anything, so he had to be led to Damascus by hand. For 3 days, Saul didn't eat or drink anything. What will happen next? Will Saul regain his sight? Will he continue to oppose Jesus? You'll have to wait until next time to find out.
You can't leave it like that, Kellen.
That's how all old-time radio shows end. You always have to wait until next time.
Or you can read what happens next yourself. It's right here in Acts chapter 9.
I don't like waiting.
All right, then.
Besides, there's a lot to learn with just this part of the story. Saul was so focused on his mission that he was missing what was really important. It took a bright light on a road for God to really get Saul's attention.
Okay, I get it. So focusing is a bad thing.
No, I just think we need to check in with God a lot more to make sure we're focused on the right things.
Great idea. Thanks, Kellen.
Yep, you guys know where I'll be. I'll see you around.
That was fun.
I agree.
Hey,
Much fun.
Hans, you're still here.
Yeah. I am here to say, reveal the question.
Maybe a little more energy.
Reveal the question!
That worked.
Yeah.
The question of the day is, how does God try to get your attention?
Hey, that's a good question. You know, he's never appeared to me in a bright light, I can tell you that.
Me either. Hans?
Yeah. Many times.
how does God try to get your attention? Is it like a small voice inside you, or a big crack of thunder, or is it something we've never thought about? Talk about it together. Yeah.
Sound waves. So mysterious.
You're telling me. Hey, we'll see you next time on the So-and-So Show.
Is that me?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Brandon, do you know what today is?
I do, John.
What is
it's
it?
our 150th episode!
It's true! 150 episodes! That's right! So let's celebrate! Hey, count down with me, everybody. Come on, ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy!
I'll see you next week.
Yeah.
All right, guys, welcome back. Whew, that worship was so good. I just love dancing and singing with you guys. And the So-and-So Show, it was their 150th episode. How cool is that? They have made 150 of those So-and-So shows. That's gotta take a lot of work, especially because they tell the Bible story different every time. And I love that. It keeps it new and fresh. So at the beginning, they were doing that like operation scene, and I obviously knew that they weren't operating on like a human, but I was wondering like, what are they operating on? So what did you think they were operating on? I want you to tell me. Go ahead. What do you think they were operating on? Well, I'm going to tell you guys, I thought that they were going to show us a taco. I thought that they were like putting all the pieces together of a taco and then he was going to eat a taco at the end, but it turns out it was a sandwich. But I liked the precision and the delicacy that they used to put that sandwich together. It kind of makes me want a sandwich now. So, well, I won't make one now. I'll wait till we're done. So I loved the So-and-So Show this week. I loved that Hans Decibel. He was kind of a dry character, but he was really funny. I liked all of the different ways that he mimicked sounds, like a bag of cornstarch for walking through the snow, or like the paper clips against the cutting board to mimic a dog's nails on laminate. This is very specific sounds, but I loved all of the things that he showed us, how he can make ordinary objects into extraordinary things, right? And I think that's really a lot about what faith is. It's taking our ordinary everyday and trying to see the extraordinary things that God is doing in our everyday lives. And you know, in the Bible story, it talks a little bit about a guy named Saul. And unfortunately, we didn't get to see the end of that story. But I think you guys are going to find out the end of that story next week, so hang tight. But in that story, we learn about a guy who doesn't like Jesus, which is really sad because Jesus is pretty awesome, right? But he doesn't like Jesus, and he opposes people who follow Jesus, and he does bad things. Like, he even had that evil laugh going on, right? The wah. Anyways, so Saul didn't know Jesus like you and I know Jesus. But as soon as God got his attention with that bright light, things started to change for him. And you know, we learn in that story that knowing Jesus changes the way you see everything. It's like putting on a new pair of glasses. And maybe things were fuzzy at first, but Jesus is like those new glasses, and now you see everything differently. And that should be true for us. Before we accept Jesus, we should see things differently than after we accept Jesus. Things should be more clear, and we should start to be able to see the way that God and Jesus is moving in our life. And at the end of the Bible story, they asked us, the question of the day was, how does God get your attention? Are you paying attention to the way that Jesus is trying to move in your life? You know, God can get our attention through a lot of different ways. Maybe, for instance, you are a really thoughtful person, and other people don't necessarily see it, but you look around and you see that person who is alone, the kid who's sitting alone at the lunch table, or the person who's having a rough day. And so God speaks to you through other people, and he tells you how to be kind and thoughtful to those people. Maybe worship music really speaks to you, and God gets your attention through song, and you hear the lyrics, and no one else really seems to get it, but for you, the lyrics mean something, and you can apply them to your life. Or maybe God speaks to you in a small voice, and it sounds like your own voice, so you're not really sure, is that God, is that me? But you know it's God because it's not something you would have told yourself, and it feels very random, but it aligns with Scripture. There's lots of different ways that God gets our attention, but I want to make sure that you and I are so focused on the way that Jesus is moving in our life, and just like Saul, we want to be different once God gets our attention. We want to do things differently once we know Jesus, and that knowing Jesus changes the way we see everything. And the ordinary will begin to look extraordinary. All right, guys, so we're not going to have a small group lunch today because our small group leaders are physically at the church, but hopefully you guys can talk a little bit about this with your parents, and maybe you guys can talk about this with your small group leaders once you're able to be back together with them. It was really great to be here with you this morning. I'm so excited about this series on focus, and Pastor Shay will be with you next week for week 3. I hope you guys have a wonderful Flag Day, and I'll see you next time.